partner. I think we just have to we have to finalize some things. And so kind of thinking about price, you know, if it's a if it's a if it is a 3 hour class, I think in the $80-$90 for our demographic here in Tucson is probably pretty fair.
You say 3 hour class. Is that like your own class or first steps?
That's like safety and the basics and pistol instruction. Might do some laser training in that class,
Okay.
um,
So
things
it's
like
your
that.
your own class. It's not an NRA course.
Well, no, it'll be the NRA basic training classes.
So if the 3 hour class is called NRA, it's called First Steps, NRA.
Uh-huh.
I forget the official title, but all their classes have shooting in it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So
Yeah.
you have to do live shooting if you teach an NRA product.
Yeah. No, no, there'll be live shooting.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm getting the insurance.
Okay. So also keep in mind that before you go pricing, um, the cost. So you have to buy the NRA packet, the book. The book is 15 plus shipping. They just lowered their shipping rates pretty significantly. I was pretty happy when I ordered books last week. Um, and the price of your packet. So the book, the basic pistol book, it's a black book, and then the your printing costs for the packet, which are targets. Well, if you do first steps, it's not much. Uh, targets, waiver. I forget. It's in the appendix. You got to print out the appendix. It's in there. I think it's the review of the class. I think it's called Appendix 6. So just keep that in mind because right off the top you have at least $18 in cost per person.
Okay.
But the book is great. I always tell them it's my gift. This is my gift to you, even though I'm forced to do it. It's a great product. It's because the truth is they're gonna remember what like the NRA says 60%, but it's less than that. It's like 40% of what you teach them. Especially
Okay.
when adrenaline drops, then it seems to go down to like 20%.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right, Chris and
Cool.
Darby, you had homework. How did you do?
We got our Facebook page up. We did get that created. We got approval from our local community college to do a safety seminar. So
Oh,
we just have to set a date and get our flyer approved before we can advertise it. And
uh-huh.
then
I reached out to another range that
Mhm.
we may be able to
we
uh
can do the live fire
that we
there.
can do the live fire with. Also I've been emailing Dr. Joe back and forth about
Adaptive.
the adaptive shooting.
Okay.
Um because that's something else that we were talking about with a lot of the veterans. Some of them may have, again, your stepfather's little bit of tremors, just certain things we may have to look for. So he and I have been emailing each other back and forth. Um,
I don't know.
Were you working on insurance? Was that you guys?
we are working on insurance as well. We did settle for
Locked
Lockton.
in. Yeah. We
Um,
just have to pull the trigger now.
Let's write a check.
exactly.
Nothing like writing, I don't know what it is now, $480. I don't know. It's up there. Okay, that sounds great. Have you guys thought about doing Refuse to be a Victim?
That was one of the things that I know that we have looked at. I know that
Like we just started talking about that, I think yesterday. So
yeah,
something we have to look into a little more.
the
Um,
only thing that I've seen is available is the courses online.
You have to be certified. I'm pretty sure it does not come refuse to EA.
Yeah, say when I was looking at the on the instructor's site, it's not
Yeah.
in the list of the PowerPoints and stuff that we have access to.
Right. Okay. So it is refuse to be a victim instructor development workshop. It is online. I'm gonna say it's like $60.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let me before I say that. Let me check. It doesn't tell me because I've already done it. Yeah, it doesn't. I want to say it's $60. So where's it at? Let's see. It is. I am going to put this in our chat box. This is the link to take it online.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you have access to a university and to the students there and you make it cheap, it's because you're going to get mostly women, single women. I think it's a great product to sell. It's a great class. It's not gun related at all. It's really comes down to get off your freaking phone and pay attention. In nice words and other words. And how to secure your door correctly, how to avoid confrontation and don't make yourself an easy victim, things like that. It's really great. So the class there is down in the chat box if you can see it. Let me know if you have questions about that. And I don't think there is. Yeah, there is some stuff you need. There is some required materials, but not much. There's a instructor development workshop kit, manual. You get some DVDs they're dated. I wouldn't, whatever.
DVDs, you still use those DVDs?
I don't know. I'm sure we can find them digital somewhere. They're probably on YouTube.
There you go.
There are pamphlets and booklets you purchase for the participants. I can't remember the cost now, but it's
Oh.
it's minimal, but I can't remember what it is. I've only done one.
Okay, so I lied. The course is $250. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's $250. I was very far off. Yeah, and I don't teach this one. This one's not mine. I can teach the course. I don't teach the instructor course. I think I probably can, but I've never have. Okay, good job, guys. If you could start making yourself I would get to know the like the security team. I would go introduce yourself to them. And I think they would be a good source of clientele for you as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Great job, guys. All right, who is next? Who's been with me? Doug or Trusted? What do you guys got going on?
Not so much for my shooting training, but I just got my FFL, so I am a federal firearms licensee.
That's
So,
fantastic.
I wanted to get that to students with their gun purchases and transfers, and help friends and family. Maybe do a little online sales and get the side benefit of low cost firearms for me.
Yeah, right. That's a good reason.
I'm not being a full blown gun dealer, but I think it can help students though.
Are you using software for that? I saw that on our group this week. They were talking a lot about FFL, which I know nothing about FFL software, by the way.
When I had the interview with my ATF agent, he was talking about how there's a lot of complexity and cost involved with doing it fully electronic. He says for someone like me doing low volume, paper's the way to go. Paper bound book, paper 4473s. The electronic stuff works good for Shields and Bass Pro and Fleet Farm, those kind of places.
Yeah, they're talking a lot about fast bond software.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that. I can't recommend anybody, but I just see it on our group. There's like 70 comments about how people are doing this so you stay out of trouble.
Yep. I started off using Ryan Kleckner's Rocket FFL course. It was I don't know, maybe a $49 course, and you walk through all the steps of how to become an FFL and things to look out for. And he's even given tips on insurance companies and payment processors, two-way friendly payment processors. So that'd be valuable. I haven't dug into the processor yet for that side of the business. For my training side, I'm all good on that.
Right. Okay. Fantastic.
I've had my FFL for 2 years and I still hand jam everything.
Do
Have you had any audits?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm waiting. I'm sure I'll have one next year when I have to renew.
No, like on Christmas Eve they're gonna come.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
One of our local gun stores got shut down last year. The FFL came in and said, "You're done." They walked in and said, "You're done," and that was that. They didn't. Training was gone, guns were gone, everything was gone in 5 minutes. I don't. From what I've heard, I don't think there's a lot of money to be made on firearms. Like it's a tough business to be in. Is that true?
Well, I've seen the distributor pricing, but from what I understand, the margins are pretty thin. You don't get huge discounts on firearms. So yeah, it's.
But if you have a direct audience, like your students, they like you, they're not gonna care about $40. They're gonna be like, "Can you do this for me?" Great, thanks.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Who else had homework? Oh, wait, before I call, I'm sorry about last week. My daughter's cross country team had their first banquet, and she didn't tell me till like Friday. So sorry. I had to go watch her banquet. It was great. I haven't been in a high school sports event in a long time. They're so goofy. They're so young. They know nothing, but they think they know everything. All right, moving on. Trusted training. How are you? How was your week? How are your ads running?
I didn't do what you said. I didn't run that ad.
It's okay.
We had the gun store that we hold half our classes at tell me that he's going to give away a P17 for anybody that signs up for our classes for his shop. So I started like marketing that, and then we did a Black Friday sale for those for all of our classes, whether it be in our home location or in the gun store. We only moved like 3 seats out of that, and they weren't for the store. So I boosted that post and pushed it all out and tagged everyone when I posted it, so that way it gave me a wider reach. I still do have plans to do what you said, where we, like you said, put like $1 a day or $2 a day to just let it find that audience. Because long term we're gonna have to do that, because I'm noticing more traction for our home classroom than the gun store classroom, which I don't
That's
really like that.
interesting. So that they don't know it's in your home, right? They just know the city.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they just know it's a city. They find out before they actually come here. I actually had someone that wanted to cancel when he Googled it, because they get a day before email, 24 hours. And it was 8:15, and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "I really appreciate it, but I don't feel comfortable." So I told him, I was like, if we can call, I was like, if we can talk, um, I think I can set your mind at ease. And he was real cool about it. We're in a very like heavy NASCAR area here. A lot of people work for NASCAR. And turns out that the guy sitting next to him worked for NASCAR as well. So once I like convince him to, just give it a shot, and the gun store that he signed up through recommended us. They've recommended people and kind of set him at ease and talked to him. It worked out really well. It's just I'm getting traction where I've been fighting for 2 years, and then I like tabled it, and now where I'm pushing, I'm getting jack squat after trying to give away a free gun.
That's crazy. I did that free gun giveaway. I partnered with the gun shop. I bought 2 guns, spent $900, bought 2 firearms for 2 months of advertising, and it was bad. I
Yeah.
wasted $900, and it wasn't the gun store's fault. Every time they went live, which they were supposed to say, this live is sponsored by Live Fire Instruction, check her out for all your training, Facebook would shut down their live. After about 3 or 4 minutes, it was done.
Hmm.
And then they would sign back up, they would shut it down. And then they would like freeze the whoever was hosting the video, like the employee, they would close their account. And that's the first time I've heard that. And violated Facebook's policy. Is because they talked about pricing. When you are allowed to be a brick and mortar store and advertise your shop on Facebook, you are not allowed to talk about prices. We have the Glock 19 Gen 5 on sale for, $550 or whatever. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to show pricing. Nothing to do with selling guns. You can say this is what our inventory is, but you can't talk about pricing. And they would do that all like they would talk about 40 guns and how they're on sale. So Facebook,
There is a creative way to get around that for certain things. I've seen where you use a little clock and you'll say, well, this Glock 17, if we look right here, the time is 5:30, you know? So I mean, and then like you throw it in there like, hey, it's time to get a new gun. It's your time, blah blah blah. Just beat it in their head. Most people
right?
still don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know if can you show a picture of a price and could the algorithm
No,
pick that
no,
up?
you can't. That'll get pulled down. Yeah. A lot of trial and error between like the three local gun stores that I've like frequented and the one that we're like really partnered up with. They've gotten the boot a couple times, and I've gotten warnings for sharing their stuff when, they follow the rules, no prices, stuff like that.
Yeah. But besides this, I've never ever had an issue with Facebook. Never. I've never been blocked in Facebook jail, timeout. Twice my ads got flagged, but once I clicked on the appeal button, like within a couple of hours, a person goes in and looks at it and they didn't have any issues with it.
It's also probably the amount that you spend too. I mean, someone like me who's spent, a couple $100 versus someone like you who has a history of, okay, well, this person, we want to keep them as our customer because she does follow the rules. And if we've ever trained a female over a male, we know that the females follow the rules.
Oh, I don't want to talk about how much money I've spent with Facebook. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Um, okay, great. So what's next for you?
Um, Try to dial in better and take better notes. I always take notes during every class, and I'll leave like notebooks out for people to take notes if they didn't bring one. But I do a good job of collecting them. I don't know how well I put them into play. So we have a networking thing
Hmm.
that was offered to me,
Hmm.
like a dinner thing, and I was not available, but they're doing a
Hmm.
lunch. and I've already signed up for that. Trying to just be the guy that does what I do in that group. Because if you've been involved in like a BNI group or like
Mhm.
a referral group, it's so easy to be in there with, 200 real estate agents,
Mhm.
but there's never anybody in the firearms industry in there. And getting started, I didn't have the $1,200 to get into BNI.
1,200, that's a chunk.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And it's not a monthly type thing. It's once a year, just one payment. And I didn't see the value in it. And I went to two meetings to kind of gauge it. And of those people, they are loyal because I know they've been referring people to each other and I've gotten zero referrals off of it. So and I've, friended them all on Facebook and stuff like that. So that way I keep up if I would still refer them if I don't know somebody already. So it's the Chamber of Commerce, things like that. Those are great avenues to try and grow if you do need to grow.
Have you thought about teaching a class just for realtors?
I've been developing a program because I deal with a lot of women,
Mhm.
and I do probably 10% of the people that I've trained are in the real estate industry,
Mhm.
whether they're photographers or agents or brokers. And I've hit them all with my 10 questions and to kind of gauge. And I know USCCA has a program. That's cool. I'm not a USCCA instructor. I don't really value their product, and I wouldn't want to like take it and copy it because if I have the same stuff, great, but I want to know what works here in North Carolina from people that have been doing it for 20 or 30 years. So I've learned so much from the lady I bought my last house from 10 years ago. I mean, she's just a killer when it comes to being an agent. And you don't get that way by mistake. And she's been very safe, and you would never expect her to, you know, be as aware as the rest of us are
Mhm.
when it comes to safety. So
All right, that's great. Anybody else? Before we move on, where's Mr. iPhone at? Hi.
Did you mean iPad?
Yeah, well, it says iPhone on it.
Oh, okay.
Are you my regular, the one that comes every week? I don't know what.
No, this is the first time I've been here.
Oh,
So it's
hi.
I seen this and I work every other Monday, so this was my Monday off. So good opportunity to jump in and see what I could learn from everybody.
Okay, great. We usually have a guest. What's his name? I think it's John. I think it's John who his thing always says iPhone on it. Okay, well, welcome. I think this is like our 15th week or so. If you want to catch up, all our stuff is on our YouTube page and our Facebook group under the guides tab in Firearm Instruction Business Group. If you want to catch up. Also,
Absolutely, yes.
we have this too. Let me copy that. All right, in the notes here on Zoom, this is our free course that you can catch up on. Just sign up. It's free.
Oh, okay, awesome.
There we go. Okay, well, welcome. We're going to talk a little bit about the most exciting thing today, taxes. So exciting.
All right.
All right, thank you. Okay, so let's share our screen here. Okay, everybody sees my screen. All right, so this young lady here, she's she's a tax girl. I really like her videos. She is going to talk about uh, taxes for instructors. So this is not just firearm instructors, it's like fitness, yoga, in that whole general region of instruction. Um, it's about, I'm going to fast forward through a little bit, but she's pretty good. If you haven't filed your taxes yet as a firearm instructor, if you're new to it, I just want to write some notes on here. about what you can write off. I think last year I was in this like the 7 percentile of tax. I had to pay taxes. I think it was like 7% instead of 25% or 35% or whatever. We got ours down to like 7 just because we followed some really great rules, and I have a really great tax accountant that we use. They're not cheap, but the amount of money that they have saved me is you can't compare. So let's watch this. We'll come back and we'll talk in a few minutes.
Trainer. You could be a basketball trainer, football trainer, baseball trainer, soccer, hockey.
Okay. Can everybody hear that? Okay. Sound good? Normal? Okay, great.
Tennis, any type of fitness, any type of sport. You also can be a trainer for gymnastics, or if you're doing dance training, any of those type of trainers. Are you a personal trainer and you have people that you work with and you have to, and this is your business, then this video is just for you. Hey there, guys, and thanks for joining me here at the Financial Spotlight. I'm Chantrell, and I'm here to give you financial tips and tricks that are going to help you on your road to know your money. And today, like I said, this video is especially for personal trainers, those that are in the fitness industry or something like that, and you have your own business or you get paid on a 1099 NEC from the company that you work for, and you are helping people get their bodies in shape, their minds in shape, themselves in shape physically. This video is just for you. Now, I want to talk to you about the 10 different things that you can write off on your taxes at tax time, even if you do your taxes yourself or if you have a tax professional doing your taxes. However you do your taxes, these 10 things are going to help you as you prepare for tax season. So the first thing that you can write off is equipment and all of the supplies that you use to train these people. So equipment and supplies could be a wealth of things. We're talking weights, we're talking basketballs, balls, any type of ball that you have to use to help train these people. We're talking those ropes that the bands. We're talking those ladders that go on the ground. I know because my son does basketball. He has a basketball trainer. And those ladders that go on the ground, you can write that off. The boards that you use, all of those things that you use to help train these people that you are training, all of your clients, you can write that off. The second thing that you can write off is travel costs. So you might be traveling from your home to the place where you are training people, and you might be driving miles. You might be going to a whole nother city. You might be going to their home. You might be meeting them somewhere. Whatever that is, you can write that mileage off and write that off on your taxes. And or depending on how you want to work it, you can either claim mileage, so the miles that you drive, whichever is more, or you can claim the things that you do wear and tear on your vehicle. Gas, if you have to pay to park, if you have to pay for toll, those type of things, tires, etc. You can write that off as well. The third thing that you can write off is subscriptions. So I'm talking like if you have a membership to Zoom and you have to pay for that monthly, where you maybe teach your yoga classes and you have to pay for it on a monthly basis so that you can have those classes virtually. Or if you have subscriptions or memberships to different, say you're paying for fitness videos for your clients every month, or if you're paying for a membership to a gym, or if you're paying for those type of things every month so that you can sustain your personal training business, that is definitely a write-off. Next, you can write off your workout outfits or whatever it is that you're wearing to teach or train these people. This is not something that you can necessarily wear regularly out in the street. Some people do. Some people wear their yoga pants and some people wear those types of things. But a lot of the things that you use or you have to wear when you're training someone is totally different from what you can wear in your day-to-day. So you can write that off on your taxes, especially if you are buying items for your clients also that you want them to use or wear when they're with you. So let's talk like those sauna suits or those outfits that help you sweat. Maybe you purchased those for your client and gave it to them, or have it included in your fees. I have no idea, but those things can be written off on your taxes as well. And the fifth thing that you can write off is your music or your exercise videos. So say that you have to pay for music and you have to pay for a membership, like a Spotify membership or something like that to keep the music going. Or you have to pay for the videos. You have to purchase videos, and then in order for your client to watch them, or you have to pay for certain things, or YouTube memberships and things like that, so that people can watch your videos through a certain service, then that is also tax deductible. Well, don't fret, because I have a free, yes, I said a free tax deduction list and tell you and how you write it. You'll thank me later. Okay, so we are on number 6 now, and number 6 for your tax write-offs, you can write off gym memberships. So gym memberships can include, like, if you pay for the gym membership monthly, like you have to go there every month, or even if you go sporadically to a gym and you guys pay the fee, the entrance fee, that can be written off on your taxes as well. Number 7 is accounting services or programs like QuickBooks or FreshBooks or any of those services, or even if you pay a person to do your bookkeeping or your accounting, that is tax deductible as well. Your appointment apps like Calendly or any other appointment apps that you use to schedule your appointments with your clients, and if you have to pay for them, that's tax deductible as well. And last will be your liability insurance. A lot of trainers have to have this type of insurance just in case their clients or customers get injured while they're training. It is very important for you to have liability insurance just in case the person gets hurt. So I hope that this information has helped you. Those are 10 different tax write-offs that you can take as a personal trainer. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and make sure you subscribe to the Financial Spotlight family.
Super simple video. But I want to talk about some other things that she didn't mention. Part of your home office. Does anybody write off your home office? It's 30 up to 30% of your home can be written off. Is that correct? Somebody know? Anybody fact check me? I think
I
it's
got a question for you. Now, do you got to get an LLC and all that good stuff like you would for business? Like I had to for my gunsmithing and firearms business
I
to
don't
be able to write all that stuff off.
no, if you already have a business, like no. I mean, you already have one. Do you do your
No, I meant
gunsmithing?
for your instructors.
Oh, so no, you can be a sole proprietor. Um, you just have to show income, I believe. Does anybody fact check me on that? I believe you have to show income. Like you truly have a business. Like
Yeah.
not,
You gotta show plus within 3 years.
yeah.
So if you show the first 2 years as losses, that third year, you better show at least $100.
Or it's a hobby, right? They consider it a hobby. Yeah.
Yep, and you lose your EIN, etc. Yeah.
Ooh, glory. Um, so I always write off my home office 30%. That's just not, it's 30% of my mortgage interest rate, my electricity, gas, cable, like anything I use for work, internet, I can write off. Uniforms, she talked about uniforms. She talked about subscriptions. That would include USCCA, NRA, Instructor's Dash, or any other website or software that you use. All that's a write-off. And uniforms. Again, I get my uniforms from queensboro.com. I really like them. They're cheap. They're okay, they're reasonable. They're not, don't put them in the dryer though. They're not dryer worthy. Okay. And then a big thing is mileage. A big write-off for me is mileage. And I use QuickBooks on my phone, and QuickBooks stalks me. And every week or so I go in and I go through all my trips, right? And then I just tell it what was work and what's not. And if it was work, what was it for? I don't know if you can see this. So, maybe not. Yeah, a little bit. So I use that. It's really great. You can set rules in it. Like, because where do we go? We go to the same places. We go to the gun store, the range, Cabela's. So we set rules in there and it automatically does it for you. But at the end of the year, it's thousands, like thousands of dollars I write off because of mileage. Does anybody know what the mileage rate is currently? 60,
I think it's 65.
60, I would say 65 or 68. Let's say, let's see if it's on here. Yeah, I'm at like $9,000 of write-offs just from mileage, but I don't claim anything else. So if you have, and then there's another rule, you can claim your car if it's over what, 6,000 pounds? Somebody tell me that. I think it's
6,500.
6,500 pounds. So my car isn't 6,500 pounds, but that's why everybody buys the G-Wagon, right? It's because you can write it off. It's one of the only cars you can do that. All right, what else do we got? What else can we write off that's important? I have an accountant. She takes care of all my QuickBooks stuff for me, my CPA, all my range fees. Like I probably spend $30,000 or $40,000 a year at the range just in rent and lane fees and rents and other materials and ammo that I buy. So that's a big one. Also, I like QuickBooks is $65 a month, but it takes care of everything. I take a picture of stuff. I don't put receipts in a shoebox for the end of the year to drink 2 bottles of wine over crying as you sort through it, right? I take pictures now. Everything goes to online. It sorts itself if it can read. If you set up rules, right? If you set up your QuickBook account correctly, it will kind of sort itself. Like, oh, it can read receipts now, which is kind of AI creepy, but it's easy. So I was like, oh, this is a receipt for a classroom or range or other products. So, but I do itemize. If I have a tab at the range, I try to run my credit card like two or whatever it is, like 2 or 3 times. One is for rent, one is for ammo, one is for range fee. So I have separate receipts for stuff. It just makes it easier in QuickBooks. Sometimes food. Does anybody know the rules for food when you're eating at work or entertainment? There's a difference between entertainment and lunch.
But I use the food one because I always supply snacks for my students, and it's 50%. And even if like when I want to charge a business dinner,
Mhm.
when my wife and I are out doing flyers and we take stuff for lunch, it's still 50%. At one time, they gave you 100%, I think during the COVID years, for your students. But for employees, which would be me and my wife, that's 50%.
Okay, fantastic. Let's see what else anybody else have anything else you write off? Guns? Oh yeah, guns.
Guns, though, the first couple of years, I wrote off some guns, just 100%. And then I was reading that, oh, you have to capital depreciate those guns.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, so I bought a computer, guns, it all gets depreciated over, I think it's 5 years.
right.
Yep. That's really why I own real estate. If anybody wants to go buy a cheap house in Ohio, is the depreciation write-off. It significantly lowers your taxes. Significantly. So my husband and I, we have 3 rentals, and that saves us on our taxes.
Ammo, Lisa, what do you do? How far do you push the ammo deduction?
Can you say that again?
How far do you push the ammo deduction?
How far do I push the ammo deduction? 100%. They don't know it's ammo. I mean, like, it's a supply. It's a class
Okay.
supply. Like,
I was always nervous with, like, shooting quite a bit, thousands of rounds.
oh, you mean for you? So training for you, like, it would be like a nurse taking extended training. It's the same. Like, I think it's justifiable.
I use my business credit card and ATM and buy all my ammo and guns and everything to do with my business with those, and I give all the statements to my accountant at the end of the year, and everything goes to my taxes.
Mhm.
It's all
Mhm.
together.
Mhm.
Cool.
Ammo, I think even if you're shooting it, it's training for the instructor. Like if I go to a Gibbons class, Tom Gibbons, and I spend $900 at it, I write that's education for me. That's a write-off. You can do everything you can to bring your tax bill down. You know what was Trump's tax bill? Like zero? I don't know. I'm trying to be like Amazon, be it zero. I haven't
What
quite
about
figured it out yet, but I can get down to 7.
what about reloading supplies?
Uh, um, so yeah, what are you, well, you can't sell, you're not selling your ammo, right?
No,
Are
no.
you giving it to your students?
I could if there was a benefit, mostly for my education and training.
I mean, I would say, I'm not a lawyer. I always say that. I'm not a lawyer, but I would say I think that's justifiable. I think that's real.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
my reloading supplies, I think I got it in my first tax filing, and I think it depreciates after that or something like that, and you can only claim it so often. But yeah, it's something you got to deal with your accountant over.
Yeah, and then there's all your startup costs. Don't forget that. Like, just because you don't have your LLC yet, all your startup costs, the cost of your LLC, the cost of the attorney, the cost of whatever you need, all that stuff is included. So make sure you're keeping good records, even if it's like my first 3 years, I used like an Excel spreadsheet, I think. I just, at the end of the week, I just type stuff in real fast. It wasn't that much, but all that startup cost is a real thing. Is there anything else? Uniforms. I think that's it. Then we got anything else? I said all utilities, 30% of your utilities. Now
For
you're,
something that I like to charge or write off is my YouTube premium. So that,
absolutely.
I tell you, once you go to YouTube premium, it is so much nicer because I'm sure lots of us watch lots of YouTube gun training, gun videos, whatever.
Tucker Carlson.
Without commercials is so much better.
Oh, I have so many subscriptions. Okay, also I found a rule today. Don't ask me about it, go look it up. But you can rent your home to your business for 14 days tax-free. I read that today. I don't quite understand all the details in that, but there's a bunch of you have ranges on your property, right? Who's that? There's there's a couple of them that have ranges on your property. Like you're gonna rent your range to your business or rent your house to your business. $1,000 a day or whatever, 500. You have to find something that's comparable, but go on Airbnb and it's $500 a day or whatever that is. And that's tax free. Also, if you start making way more money than me, you can also hire your children who are under 18, tax free. $13,000 a year, 25 a year. I can't remember. But it's a significant amount of money that you can write off, and then your children don't have to pay taxes on it. They can just put it in their own bank account and they can go buy their own school clothes and car insurance and whatever else, and then they can transfer it into a Roth IRA.
Any creative ideas for writing off a motorhome or campers?
I mean, if you use it as a classroom,
Thought about it. Thought
I've
about
done
it.
I've done class in an RV.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a private event. They had a little range in the back, and that was their little like summer little place. We went, taught. She brought a bunch of girlfriends, and it was actually kind of fun.
Hmm.
Get a good accountant.
Yeah,
Right.
good accountant.
I've got my niece.
She's a good accountant.
She is.
Yeah, I got a bookkeeper about 4 years ago, and then I hired a CPA 2 years ago. It just got with our rental properties, and I own Instructor Stash. So with Instructor Stash, live fire instruction, and motivated home buyers, I couldn't. It was beyond my pay grade. So it's a lot of work. All right, what else you guys got? Any questions for me?
Quick question.
Mhm.
If you have the NRA certification for basic pistol,
Mhm.
that type of thing, if I'm asked to do a CCW class at the gun store I work at, we do a CCW class. I don't teach it; somebody else does.
Okay.
What is that enough qualification or certification, whatever, to do the CCW class, or is
So
that state by state?
yes, state by state. In Virginia, that answer is yes. Where are you?
Arizona?
Okay. Anybody else in Arizona? I don't know. I don't know Arizona. In
Okay.
Virginia it is, Maryland it is, DC it is, West Virginia, Ohio. I know Pennsylvania. I know all of those are. And
Okay.
I'm so sorry I don't know the answer. Can anybody else help me?
That's okay. I'll do some research. I know I can. That here allows me to do a armed security guard certification or licensing, I guess.
Oh, see,
So
that does not in Virginia,
really,
in
yeah.
Arizona.
The one thing for all of us NRA instructors, as we're doing CCW or permit to carry, which is called My State, advertise that your class will qualify for the Florida non-resident permit. All Florida requires is that you have that you're an instructor from a nationally recognized organization such as the NRA or the USCCA. So my certificate in Minnesota can be used for a Florida non-resident permit. Some people charge 30 or 40 extra dollars for that, but it's included in my class.
Did you guys catch that?
But is my audio bad?
It's kind of bad. But it comes in and comes out. I caught most of the stuff you said today, except this last paragraph here.
Advertise Florida if you're an NRA instructor.
Okay.
Is
All right.
it quiet or garbled?
It's garbled.
Hmm.
Sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I could look this up real quick. This looks like the code. I'm gonna put this in our chat. This might be it. All right, Jim, here, check this out. This is in our chat here. I think this is the code. You see it?
Um,
It's in our text, in our chat box.
yeah, I'm looking at it here. Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think I got it.
Okay. We'll take some time, look at that. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys, what else you got for me? We got about 5 minutes, and I will see you next. We do this every week. Again, let's go here real quick. Share. So if you, most of you are probably all of you are in our firearms instruction business group. Under guides tab is all our past training here. Also on Live Fire Instructions YouTube page. And lastly is our free, it's just free training. Grow and start your business. It's like 2 hours long. You just sign up. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Just sign up. All right. And also, you guys know I own and run Instructor Stash. If you guys are looking for software for firearm instructors to help book and manage your classes without a website. And you have a website, you don't have to. It's a great place to start, especially if you are a new firearm instructor, all the automation you need. You don't have to set it up and walk away. It's pretty easy. It's pretty tech friendly. And we had a good turnout today. I went in and, like I think we talked about it 2 weeks ago, redid the events, getting people involved. I played with it. If you're familiar with Facebook events, everybody should have a Facebook group. It's free. And then you should be putting your classes on there under the events. Again, it's all that's free. And then invite people in your group to your class. Let's see if I can show you mine real quick, and then we'll wrap up here. All right, so this is our live fire instruction. This is my local business. If you don't know, it's live fire instructions, our local stuff here. And all our events are on here, which is free marketing. Put in the work, put up all your events, or you can always hire somebody on Fiverr to put your events up, right? A big thing is like letting people find you and book a class easy. Easy. Under 5 clicks. And really, I'd like under 3, but 5 clicks. Find your information and book a class. That's it. Super simple, guys. So again, do what you can that is cost effective, that's free. Your free marketing. The more places you put your class, the better, right? I've talked about this a lot. It's on my website. It's on Instructor Stash. It's on USCCA. It's on the NRA. And then I have my flyers in our range, Cabela's, and 2 gun stores. So we try all those things are free. None of those things cost it. Well, except your website probably costs a monthly fee, but everything, the more easily you're found, the better your sales are going to be, and the more you can train, and the more the snowball's going to go, because people talk to people, right? That's all I got, guys. And if you don't know Instructor Stash, this is Instructor Stash. We use it here. It is a very simple checkout system and automation for all your events if you're not familiar with that. That's it, guys. Happy to help you. If you need anything, you guys have my email address. My phone number's everywhere. You can call me. That's it.
Thank you.
Any questions before I sign off? Okay. It was great to see you guys. Let's talk about next week. What date? We're going in the Christmas season. So 9. Let's do 9. Let's do 9 and 16, and maybe we'll come back on the 6th. 9, 16, come back on the 6th. Does that sound okay? Take the Christmas week off and New Year's week off. Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Don't let me forget what I just said. Okay, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks so much.
Thank you.